do the entrepreneurs you talk to, are they concerned about not just legitimate litigation, but some of the frivolous ambulance chasing? Nothing against those people. I'm sure their wife makes a really nice peach cobbler, but chasing after money for money's sake. Is that a concern you hear from entrepreneurs?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody worries about, the frivolous slip and fall or something of that nature. I mean, if you have a location, you have exposure. And it happens in other ways. I mean, the guy I was just talking about, the picture framer, he was just telling us the other week about this bizarre situation he has with his phone service provider, AT&T. They started overbilling him a couple
By the
of
way,
years
we
ago.
love AT&T. I have an AT&T tattoo on my left arm. But go ahead.
They started overbilling him a couple years ago. They were double billing him. And when he reported it, they said, don't worry about it. Just the easiest way to handle this is keep paying it, and then we'll settle up with you. So he kept paying it. It got up to six figures, $100,000. And when it finally, after going after them, they said, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to fly in a lawyer and we'll go to some kind of arbitration and we'll figure this out. And they forced him to take a 10% haircut on what they owed him by basically strong arming him, saying, if you don't accept this, then we're just going to take you to court, and you don't know what's going to happen in court. You got to pay your lawyer, and you could lose. So you better accept this deal. So he did it a couple of years ago. And then just a couple of months ago, it happened again. They started double billing him again. And they had the same conversation, but at this time, they actually he refused to pay, and they shut off his phones. So he had to go back and double pay. They're back in negotiations again. So these
typical
kinds of
entrepreneur in me would be like, there might be another phone company. I mean, nothing against AT&T. I'm sure that's a glitch in the system, but
he has looked into that. The problem is, based on his location, he could not find another provider that could give him the technology that he needed to run a major factory. So
sure,
AT&T really is the only choice there.
Yeah, no, I listen, we all have struggles as entrepreneurs, and the key is just to try to compartmentalize them and know that every day you're catching bullets, because the bullets are coming at you. One other thing that I was just thinking about as you were talking about that is a lot of people that are clients or potential clients of mine, or people that are listening to this podcast, they have retired with significant wealth, and they're almost an entrepreneur managing their money, working with experts like me and other people that manage their money, and then setting it up via CPAs. And people always say, well, I'd love to have the problem of having too much money. The people that are listening to this and watching this, they're saying, well, yeah, but it is kind of a part-time job, somewhat entrepreneurial, to figure out how to maximize everything that you have within the legal system. I think a lot of the baby boomers are falling into that. Well, I'm retired now and I'm going to go play some golf, but I've got to make sure that everything's lined up for the kids and the wife and those type of things. Entrepreneurs, having been one, you do put everything on the back burner except for the business. But I do think that we're going into a world now where people are getting older, and there's different types of entrepreneurs. I don't think entrepreneur just means I'm going to start a sandwich shop, or I'm going to start a service business, or I'm going to start this. It could mean I started the sandwich shop, I'm now done with that. Now I'm either consulting, or I know there's a lot of good organizations where executives can volunteer. I think SCORE is one of them where you can do that and help entrepreneurs. And then I think the third one is, the family business, the family money is its own entrepreneurial play that needs to be respected and addressed. And I don't see any ancillary businesses out there that are addressing that. You have the retirement planners, etc., but it is a business for people that have $1 million to $5 million in net worth, or even more. They'll tell you it's a lot of work to keep it going, even if you hire people to handle it for you. Any comments on that?
Well, there's so much in that. One thing that occurred to me early on when you were talking is, I think there's a real opportunity for you and other experts like you to help entrepreneurs even before they step back, because there's, I guess it's part of the occupational hazard of being an entrepreneur. I think too many of them don't realize that they take enough risk in their everyday life. They shouldn't be overloading themselves with risk with the money that they take off the table from their business. And I have this conversation all the time. They love, not, I shouldn't say they, it's not like it's all of them, but there's a particular slice of them, and it's not a small slice, that it just loves the game. They're smart people. They know business. And as a result, they don't want to put their money in an index fund. they want to put it on black.
Hey, Stan the Annuity Man here. Did you like that little taste of my podcast, Fun with Annuities? Hey, if you want to see the full version, click the link and watch the whole darn thing. Remember, Fun with Annuities. Living the reality, not the dream.